Yo guys, what is up? Moxie in our first Descendant video, and today we're going over some of the huge changes that are coming to the first Descendant in the next few days, but also in the coming months. The devs just did a new dev live series where they talked about some of the biggest changes that we've seen coming to the game and a whole new direction that they're going to be taking with content updates. I'm going to break down everything you need to know. I do apologize. I'm still very sick. I haven't been able to make a video in a few days, and my throat is killing me. So I do apologize for how I sound. I hope you guys enjoy the breakdown. Let's get right into it. So the first thing we need to talk about is the changes to updates, or the cadence of how they're going to be doing updates. So basically, they're making season updates like large scale, almost like expansion like updates. So what was going to be season 3 is now getting pushed into the further months, and that's going to be like a big update. And then they're changing it so that we're going to have like monthly updates, and some of the content that we thought was going to be in season 3 is going to be in March. And it's going to be like season 2 episode 2. So they're going to like expand on our current season with a bunch of the things that, I kind of thought were going to be in season 3, but in season 3 is going to get pushed back, and that's going to be like a real big, massive update. So what we've got coming up is season 2, episode 2, and that's going to be bringing in new weapons, new descendants, new storylines, new areas, everything that you would expect in the normal seasonal drop, but it's like part 2, basically, if that makes sense. And I think that's a great change. One thing that I think this game really needs is these like big content drops that will bring players back. And if they're updating all the time, but with small little updates, it'll be hard to keep up with, and tough jumping back in point for returning players. And so it sounds like what they're going to do with season 3 is it's going to be this huge kind of drop that hopefully has a ton of content in it, and then they'll do like mini updates to that as it goes. And these like big season updates are going to be changing from happening like every 3 months to like a longer time frame between them. And I think that's a good change. They've been doing a really good job so far with like the live service model of this game. So season 2, episode 2, which they said is the same size of a content drop as like a normal seasonal drop, is going to be exploring this new area. It's got a new zone that has some new storylines and content in it, as well as new monsters. One of the things that they hinted at is what we're going to be looking for Glay's daughter, who has been missing, but in this area there might be some hints about where she's gone, and so that's going to be part of this update, is a new area with new enemies to go fight. And that is our first thing to mention. The next thing is our new descendant, Serena. This is our first look at her. She's going to be a fire descendant, and she's been alive apparently for like centuries. She is kind of like an original descendant, if I'm understanding it correctly. She is going to be fire based, and she also has these really cool wings where she apparently is going to be able to use her abilities while flying. We had known about her previously, but now we actually get to see her concept art, and we'll learn more about her abilities and what she's bringing later on when they do another dev live in next month. They also confirmed that Ultimate Blair is going to be our next Ultimate, which I think is awesome. They showed off some concept art for him. I think Blair is one of the most interesting characters in the first Descendant, so I'm really excited to see what they do with an Ultimate version. And for those of you wondering, like, oh, I've already upgraded my normal Blair, we'll talk about it more later, but they are finally bringing the feature where you can transfer all of your like investment into your normal descendant to your ultimate descendant. So if you've already spent a bunch of currency and time upgrading your Blair, all of those upgrades will be able to transfer to your ultimate Blair if you get this like currency / event thing that they're talking about. We'll talk about it more in a second. They're also bringing a new fellow. This is going to be a Labrador Retriever, which is different than the like shepherd dog. The big difference is that the like special ability of the shepherd dog is to dismantle items in your inventory. This Labrador won't dismantle things in your inventory. It'll still auto pick up things for you, but it'll also give you more ammo, or like pick up ammo. It wasn't very clear if dog is just going to be able to like go out and grab all the ammo on the field for you, or if it'll actually like generate ammo. The main thing that I'm thinking about here with this is like if it is able to generate some sort of ammo or give you more max ammo or something like that, then that could be really helpful for using like heavy weapons on bosses, on characters that aren't Glay, for example, could be really, really neat. If it's just picking up ammo that's already available to you, I don't think it's going to be as interesting, but this is a new companion that's going to be coming that has functional differences than the like sheepdog or the shepherd. Next, we're getting this new system called arcade tuning, which looks to be kind of like Paragon boards from Diablo 4, which is something I was kind of hoping for, is a way to, further enhance and customize your character past their like few modules that you use on them. This is going to be a new system that you can further improve your character's abilities, their defense, their survivabilities, their cooldown, through investing into this like skill tree, which I think looks sick. They said that you're going to be able to get this new resource to invest into the skill tree from the new area that's coming in season 2, episode 2. So you'll be farming that new area, and then you can improve on your different things. I'm not sure if this is going to be like something that you have to do a new skill tree for each descendant, or if it's going to be one that's universal for all of them, or exactly how that's going to work. But it looks like a really cool system, and I'm sure we'll find out more about it in the future. Next, we get to talk about key quality of life improvements, the first of which is the ultimate transfer items, which they said will transfer all of your energy activators and catalysts from a normal descendant to an ultimate, which is awesome. You will only be able to attain them from event stuff, so just something to keep in mind. They're also changing the optimization conditions for reactors so that you can now change the first weapon on a reactor before you could only like add to it. Now you can actually change the first one. So if you want to fully customize a reactor, you definitely can. They're doing some adjustments of reactors and external components and some balance changes to them, which we'll talk about in a bit. And then they're also allowing you to view other players' builds and stuff. If you're like looking at a character, looking at someone on a leaderboard, I think you'll be able to view their like items and build. And then they're also making some improvements for like early parts of the game for new players. The other thing to mention is the like jiggle physics update they did say is coming in May, and they confirmed that there will be a like slider for physics so that you can turn it up to as much as you want or turn it down to as little as you'd like, which is cool. We are getting a photo mode in this coming update. So that'll be here soon. They're also going to be adding customization presets so you can have different looks for your different characters, and they're improving customization so that you can individually change how your beard looks or your eyebrows with different color customization there. Here is our roadmap. So in the month of March, once again, these numbers like 3, 4, 5 are not the 5th of May or the 4th of April. It's just like April is the 4th month of the year. So we're getting the Sigma sector, main stories. We're getting new monsters and named bosses, the arcade tuning, Serena, new ultimate weapon. I don't know if this is an ultimate weapon that's named X4 or if we're getting 4 new ultimate weapons. It just says X4 there. New external components, new boss, the Abyss Tormentor, which sounds pretty sick. I'm not sure if that's going to be a brand new boss or a reskin of one that we already have. We've got the new fellow, inversion reinforcements, new modules, new battle pass, photo mode, ultimate transfer, the optimization conditions, and some new skins. And then in April is when we're going to be getting Ultimate Blair with Ultimate Blair's modules, stories, new component, more Void Erosion stages, changes to reactors, the View Other Descendants, Party Finder, Beginner Support, In-Game Web Guide, new skins, and early game guide improvements. And then in May is when we get the arcade tuning sockets, the Abyss Ice Maiden boss, which I'm imagining is like Dead Bride, but crazier, physics, and then like photo mode stuff and new skins. Prior to the season 2 episode 2 update, we've got some things to look forward to. The first is a patch on February 13th that's going to be buffing the Last Dagger, Restored Relic, and Sigvor's Proof. Mainly excited here about the Restored Relic. It says they're going to allow improve for multiple cluster projectiles to home in on nearby enemies for additional attacks upon explosion. Sounds pretty sick there. And Sigvor's proof is going to have improved for higher damage output if more planted sticky bombs are present. Sounds like you'll be able to rack up a bunch of stickies on a boss and then hit the detonate button and get big damage. Hopefully something that we can actually use for bossing would be really cool. They're also going to be like balancing rare weapons, which we haven't seen them do, I think, since launch. So they're going to be moving more weapons up into the realm of power of, like, I'd imagine, like the Tamer and Eternal Willpower. And then they're also changing Void Erosion Purge. They're going to be nerfing it, so the higher difficulties, like 28, 29, 30, should be easier for solo players, is something that they said that they're going to be working on. And in the February 20th patch, like 7 days later, they're going to be doing a whole bunch of rebalancing to sets. Particularly the Invader, Bravery, and Volcanic set are getting reworked, and then the Distorted Resolve, Frozen Heart, and Hungry Sonic are getting buffed and improved. And then they're also going to be making a bunch of changes to modules, particularly for low usage modules. We might see some big changes in builds and build diversity because they're finally taking a look at some of the underutilized mods and improving them. So we'll see what that is. And then lastly, there's a bunch of new events on the horizon. These daily reports, Initiation, Kate's Experiment, and Burning Embers are all going to be missions or events that are going to be running starting on the 13th, where you can earn a bunch of free stuff. Really cool looking. And in February 13th is also going to be the Hot Spring update, which is bringing bikini skins for they made like a unique bikini skin for every single female character in the game, which is crazy. And we got one universal one for the males, but there's going to be a actual like hot spring in Albion, and there's a bunch of different emotes that you can do, and you can get all these, like, you know, bikini skins for each of the different characters. So that is something that will probably bring them a lot of money. You can like create your own hot spring as well. If you don't want to use the one in Albion, you could, like, out in the field just decide to take a bath. So yeah, good changes there. Guys, it's gonna do it for the video. I hope you enjoyed. Sorry for not being super active lately on YouTube. I unfortunately was away and then I got sick. So hopefully I'll get better and be able to make more videos shortly. But yeah, guys, I'll catch y'all on the next one. Take care. Peace.